Welcome to Applied Intelligence Insights. I'm your host, Rajesh Yogi. I am here in Kampala sitting next over a coffee with two very innovative team members. We have Gabriel Ivalu, the founder, CEO of West Consult, and we also have the other guest, Christine. She is the COO of the company. Both are running the startup and they have doing wonderful. Recently they delivered the UCC first pilot project of e-waste successfully. We just want to know about their success, how they get here, and what sort of passion they have for this project. So let's go straight and discuss everything with Gabriel and Christine. Hi Gabriel, hi Christine, welcome.
Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you for having us on the channel, and we are glad to be here.
Thank you so much, Rajesh.
So Gabriel, starting a venture like this is an immense difficult. As you begin your collection and recycling efforts, you already started. What was the very first and most early, what I will say, early problem to your mission? Because what truly drives your passion? Why you are here only for this e-waste project, sitting with your team, doing something really which people don't want to go into? So any personal correction, any story which you really want to discuss with us today?
Thank you. It's very interesting when you look at the story of e-waste and in connection to our story as Vast Consults and my personal story. Some time back, not very long ago, around my neighborhood where I live, there are boys who move around. Sometimes there are women who move around, but this particular boy came around and he moves house to house collecting old TVs, old electronics, chargers, phones. So I took interest and asked him the whole story about his collection, and he told me a very touching thing. He said he walks daily, averagely 10 kilometers, house to house, looking for old electronics, and I asked him why, and he said that is where he derives his living from. And so I asked him, but how do you derive a living from this? Do you sell them? How do you value them? Then he said, okay, I burn them to extract the value to earn a few coins. That day after he went, it remained with me in my head. So one evening I followed the boy to where he works, and I found him with a heap. He was burning for the day's collection. And it is not the boy that struck me. It is the smoke, the burning fumes that were coming out of the electronics. And it was going into him because he's not using any protective gear. That was so touching. It was like life was being lost. All these fumes into one single individual.
And just for a few coins.
For a few coins. That changed everything. I said, okay, how can one help? How can one empower this boy? How can one join the race to support the environment?
Gabriel, keep moving with your passion. I think you are really doing awesome work, and we need more e-waste awareness. So if we look, Gabriel, today, for people who don't fully grasp the issue, can you quickly explain what is at the stake? Maybe Christine, you can also join. What sort of health risks are there? What sort of resources losses are there? So what are the biggest consequences of e-waste, especially for the community here on the ground?
Maybe before I even answer that, maybe I'll just give Christine a chance. You know, women take care of a lot of family affairs. They understand the diseases at home, the sickness in children. So before I properly give you the risks, let Christine possibly give you the understanding from a perspective of a woman on what happens when we don't take care of our environment and other factors. Yes.
Thank you so much, Gabriel. Thank you once again for having us on this channel. Maybe I'll give you a story, yeah?
Sure. We would love to hear that.
Yeah, how I got involved in the E-West here in Kampala. So, you know, one afternoon, we had the remotes, you know the remote for the TV in the home? Yes.
Yeah.
So our remote, we had changed the batteries, yeah? So I got the batteries, I gave them to the boy at home, and instead of putting them in the bin, as we usually do, he went and threw them in the compound. What do I find? I find my son, who was playing out in the compound. He picked one of the old batteries and is busy playing because he was young. He didn't know better. He put it in the mouth. You know how kids pick everything. And I was like, oh my God. You know these batteries, they have all these chemicals, the mercury things, the chemicals used to make them. It's dangerous and toxic for our health. So having this e-waste in our environments, this was just my son, okay? But when you look at the streets, the suburbs of Kampala and how these people in the suburb areas, how they live, and with all this electronic waste put out there, it is dangerous. And so the young children, the vulnerable women in the communities are affected. I asked myself, how can I change the narrative?
So something happened in personal space,
Yes.
and that later it comes out as a passion.
Yes.
So you've had, so that is on the side of at home. When you're working in your office, you're not monitoring what happens at your home, at the school. But now, let me talk about it in a bigger perspective. When these people, we give all the gadgets and all the electronics to go and then they ban them, the fumes are coming to everybody. You might say, I have no children, but you're breathing the air. When that smoke rises, it rises with toxins and it is affecting you slowly. When the burning has stopped, the black smoke and everything, the black residue with the lead which is inside it is washed into the soil or into the water source. We all drink from Lake Victoria. No amount of treating will treat lead. No amount of chemical you treat your water with will remove some of the metals in it.
And
so this is where the big impact is. The risk is on your health. The risk is on the destruction we are doing to the environment. And when the environment is being destroyed, our health is being destroyed. One time, the late Pope said, the lungs of the humans is the environment. When you destroy it, you destroy your own lungs.
And e-waste, we all agree, e-waste is like a pandemic. It is going to increase day by day. So, Gabriel and Christine, starting a venture like this is immensely difficult. We all know, start a startup and come up with the idea to fuel your passion. It's always difficult. As you begin your collection and recycling efforts, what was the very first and most unexpected early hurdle you encountered? Was it legal, financial, or perhaps something to do with human behavior?
Actually, it was not legal, it was not financial. Those would be the biggest challenges every business first runs into, but ours was the behavioral aspect of the human nature.
The lack of public awareness.
Lack of public awareness, yes. The people not understanding that phone which is so good to you, which has helped you solve lots of family problems, lots of work problems, is also a danger. Now, how do you separate the danger after it has become an attachment to you, like your kid becomes an attachment? How then do you now say again, this is dangerous to me? That has been the biggest.
And too, on the operation side, Christine, there are something like something related to logistics, collecting, and then issuing. I heard that you guys also issue certificates when you dispose the e-waste, and the cost of transport and whatever. Like, how difficult, Christine, you find managing the operation side? It's new, it's small, it's a startup idea.
Yes, that's true. As a startup, we are facing the challenge of finances and running the whole operation. It's a bit costly, especially with the machine. Okay, like we have the laser machine that wipes off data on some of the items. So you find like it is costly, yes. But I would say also there is a challenge on the human resource. You find like this is a new project. It's actually a new thing here in Uganda. We are just getting to learn more about it. So you find that we are actually learning on the job. Most of the team members I'm working with, we are learning on the job. And so yeah, it's a bit.
So Gabriel, any plan on training and awareness for your team as well as for the community?
Yes, so we have those. One of them is, for example, this current channel we are on. This is awareness.
Thank you.
Trying to create.
Thank you.
Because it's not only for my team, it's for the public. Once the public is aware, then I can enhance the training for our team. And our team is undergoing short trainings as it evolves, because there are so many variables. So we keep getting every day something new, and then we have to learn about it. So yes, there is training for my team. For the community, we're organizing awareness drives, community awareness drives, where we're going to come with information leaflets and also different languages. And the other thing, just to tell you, our awareness has a very, how do I put it? It's one way whereby we need 65 languages to translate. Because Uganda is that gifted that in Kampala alone, there are 65 different dialects. You might go to an area, a few will understand and they will not understand the others. So that's why the training is very important. It is going to be quite an ongoing kind of work.
And Gabriel, we make sure that from Applied Intelligence Insights team, we will try to help you on those 65 languages, because we are passionate about AI. So we will bring AI here to help you on that also. So before we conclude this short video, the last question, and despite those early challenges, your operation is already underway. In a single sentence, what is the ultimate vision for your company's role in the next 5 years? Where you see yourself in next 5 years with your team?
Yes, we have sat with the COO. We have looked at how do we move on. The challenges are exciting and it brings the adrenaline, but we are looking at the impact. We are not just looking at numbers, but we are looking at lives changed. So we are looking at about 500 informal collectors, the device repairers. We are looking at bringing them into a formal arrangement to make sure their daily lives is not interrupted, but their health is protected.
So 500 new jobs.
500 new jobs.
Wonderful. That's great.
In terms of the public, we are looking at making it very convenient for over about 5 million people to have where they can take their devices when they have reached their end of life or when they are no longer useful to them. But not only that, we are looking at the digital inclusion side of it. So we are partnering with a partner who is going to refurbish some of the devices so that when your iPhone is no longer, you've used it for 5 years and you feel it is not useful to you, it is useful to somebody who can't afford an iPhone. So we are going to refurbish them and make sure they are sold at a lower cost for the lower community.
So I really wish that your vision will hit your target. 500 jobs and connecting with 5 million people, Ugandans, to educate them on e-waste. Thank you for your success story. We will keep chatting. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.